Hey guys, this is Vaughn Kohler, and you're listening to the MFCEO Project. Today's guest needs no extended introduction, so I won't give him one. We're in NYC, and we're kicking it with Gary Vee. Yes, that's right. Andy Frisella and the badass from Belarus. That's today's podcast. Brace yourselves.
Hey guys, what's up? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. That stands for motherfucking CEO. I am Andy, and I am the motherfucking CEO. People ask me all the time, what is a motherfucking CEO? You know, I don't own a business. I don't have a corporation. I am not a CEO. Bullshit. You are a CEO. You are the CEO of you, and that's what this podcast is about. It's about how to create value in yourself that's going to create a life worthwhile. I am here with my boy, Vaughn the Impaler, Vaughn Diesel.
DJ God.
DJ God.
Yeah, it's been a while since you come up with an additional nickname for me.
You have so many. I don't know.
I know. And I've branded none of them.
Are you yearning for another one?
Well, he comes up with
the attention.
He's fishing for one, right?
I do, yeah.
He loves the attention.
I haven't branded really any of them, so.
I think DJ God is appropriate. See, we are also here with my boy Gary Vee. What's up, brother?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Thanks for letting us come up.
For sure.
Excited to have you on the show. What you don't know probably is that Vaughn is an ex-pastor. So we give him all these pastor religious names.
But I did not, contrary to popular opinion, turn my back on God for the life of riches and podcasting.
And balling out on podcasting.
That's an email we got at one
Listen,
point.
I mean, everybody's got different points of view on things.
Yeah.
I respect other people's points of views.
Yeah.
A little. I'm just kidding,
I respect
dude.
them. I just don't, I don't let them. I don't let them dictate what I do.
Right.
But I have empathy for. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much money are you making on podcasting these days?
Oh.
You just swimming like
trillions?
Uncle Scrooge?
I'm swimming in Uncle Scrooge. Yeah. It's
he's
trillions.
DuckTales. He's DuckTales balling.
Yeah.
So Gary.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I have a quick question though. Like now, literally yesterday, the Rams left St. Louis. When I first met you, the first thing you asked me is like, "What's your NFL team?" And I'm like, "I like the Rams." Now they're gone.
Yes.
What the fuck do I do, man?
Well, I think you become a Jets fan.
Is that like the logical answer?
I mean, look, what the secret thing is for everybody who's listening right now that does know me, the secret propaganda is all the content, all the speeches, all the books. I mean, even Crush It is, green on purpose. Like VaynerMedia is green. Like there's a lot of green in this office, as you can tell. Yeah. It's all just propaganda. As a matter of fact, we pump. One thing people don't know about D-Rock, who's filming Daily V right now, is that we pump subliminal Jets music into all of my content.
Nice.
That's like, and here's what it sounds like: become a Jets fan. Fuck the Patriots,
dude.
And so
see, we got Tyler, Patriots guy.
I thought Tyler was reacting to I wasn't talking loud enough, but no, he's a fake Patriots fan.
That's
I feel
right.
like
He is fake.
Is he from Boston?
Fake. No,
fake.
Fake.
I
agree.
Tyler, why are you trying to use a sports team to build up your own self-esteem?
Dude.
This is my theory, by the way.
Look at his Tom Brady hair.
Well, listen. Looking like Tom Brady is probably good strategy for other ROIs, so I give him that. but using this, everybody listening, if you like a sports team that you jumped on the bandwagon, take a step back and realize you're actually using an outside entity to build self-esteem, and that's bad.
Well, I got to have a team, man. So, how do we...
No, seriously, I want you to become a Jets fan. Right. I will take you to a game next year.
I'll do it.
I will get serious about this. D-Rock starting to like the Jets. D-Rock? Good. There you go. So, it's a big deal.
All right. So, dude...
What's the defining characteristic of a Jets fan?
It's somebody who enjoys the climb, right? Listen, I'm a much happier Jets and Knicks fan than I am Yankees and Rangers, which are two teams I've dumped after I won.
Dude, I love that.
This whole thesis, this whole game, this whole everything, the reason I think I really invented as a young kid, I want to buy the New York Jets, is it seemed like a big enough goal that would take me a long enough time to make what I really love about entrepreneurship or being a motherfucking CEO, which is I love the process. Dude, I don't care about the stuff. I love stuff, but not really. you've gotten to know me a little bit. Andy.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I don't have like I don't. You know, I know this is. Oh, actually, like I don't need the like all
Right.
these fucking bullshit ass fake entrepreneurs and CEOs on Instagram where I know you've done a great job. You are not going to see a fucking picture of mine on Instagram that is I'm going to go to the fucking bank and take out 50 G's and throw it on a fucking hotel bed. You're not going to see me standing outside of my private jet. Like I'm not here to say like hang out with hot bitches. Like I'm not here to say, "Oh, become a CEO because you get these." That's where the God shit that you were just talking like that makes sense to me. I'm here because I love the game.
Right.
You know the athlete that retires at 37, they've been washed up for 4 years, but they just know that the last time they take a snap, that's it. Do you know how thankful I am that I'm an entrepreneur and businessman, that our game lasts forever until I take my last breath? I love the process. As a matter of fact, if you want to get really deep and weird, and I don't know if this is the tone of like how you guys roll here, but I have a funny feeling you'll really get this. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm setting it up.
Bring it, dude.
I think I've said this in 2 or 3 interviews, so I'm not going to play it up like I've never said this before, but I do not talk about this often. D-Rock, keep me in check here. I think maybe once on 175 episodes of the Ask Gary Vee show. I think I secretly sabotage myself a little bit and keep myself a little bit financially down more than I'm capable of just to extend the game.
Dude,
And I truly think that that is not the narrative that's being propagandized to the people listening to this podcast, watching on Instagram. Like, and I'm not saying you, but you know, like,
No, I get it.
People that come on here and are like, it's not a purebred entrepreneur is addicted to the game.
dude, it's never. I always say that. A true entrepreneur never retires. And like I feel like I get a lot of questions, as you do too, from young people, and they're always like, "Dude, I want to do this, and I want to be retired by 35." I'm like, "Dude, you're not an entrepreneur."
I would rip my dick off if I returned to
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
35 years old. That is literally the worst thing I've ever heard. The thought of like,
But you hear it though, right? Like, "Hey, I want to start a business so I can be retired
I hear
at 40."
it, but
yeah.
you know my spiel. I'm a nice dude, but
Right.
in my mind, secretly, I'm like fake
Me too.
entrepreneur.
You don't get it.
Like and by the way, now let me throw a real curveball with all the angst and anxiety I'm coming at this. I'm actually envious. Let me start over. I'm actually envious of the lack of ambition to make a little bit of money and have fun. I wish I had less ambition.
Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Yeah, man. Like, listen. I wish that I could, I wish that my ambition was to have a hundo. You know, I could sell VaynerMedia for $100 million. I'm good. Like, I could be done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that I desperately want to bleed out of my eyes tonight. I'm not happy when I look. Like, I'm happy because it's my normal state. I feel like I'm a drug addict or an alcoholic. It's not that anything other than I can't control. I'm just looking right now. Am I happy that tonight I have an 11 p.m. fucking interview? Like, business meeting?
Sort of.
Yes and no, right? Like yes. Like in my common sense head, no.
Right.
Because fuck, it'd be nice to like hang with my wife or rest a little bit or something. But yes, because it's like getting a fucking fix.
Dude, it's a sickness, dude. And it really is, man. I just had the CEO of Europa Sports $500 million company at my office yesterday, and we were talking. And the hustle that people have that are true entrepreneurs is the same. It's that same thing you're describing. It's the same thing I felt, where I come in the office. Dude, we doubled our business last year. I come in the office fucking crazy, like ready to go. It's not even the dollars. It's like we should be further.
Game.
Right.
It's the game.
Dude, he's telling me about like how he was at college. He was buying 99-cent Whoppers and going out and selling for $3 piece on campus. Like
my best vig ever was like Shaq figures when Shaq was big.
Yeah.
For some unknown reason, the dollar store, back when dollar store actually got shit, it wasn't just made for the dollar store.
Right.
It has. For all you youngsters listening,
Vertical integration.
The early dollar stores actually had shit from warehouses,
Yeah.
so you could buy things that were worth $8 for $1. It was gangster. I went to the dollar store like I did every time I went to the Phillipsburg Mall in New Jersey, and they had Shaq figures, and I'm like, this was one of those small malls.
Yeah.
I walked, 3-minute walk to Kmart, which was on the other side, and I look, and I'm like, oh my God, they're selling them for $10.99. And then I go up to the lady in like customer service. I'm like, hey, my mom bought me Shaq figures, but I don't have the receipt. Can I bring it back? She's like, sure, you don't need the receipt. I'm like, store credit? She's like, no, cash. And I heard cash. I was like, I'll be right back. And I ran and I bought 4 of them. $4, $4.24, because I still remember because it was 6 cents sales tax in Jersey at the time. Walked across the mall, returned it for $10.99 times 4, made a couple bucks, good. And for the next 6 weeks, I just ran shit at Phillips Mall, making like $50 to $100 a day. Like
Dude,
every
that's
like
awesome.
like it was such a sickening thing. Like I would literally be in school. I was in high school. I just started driving, so that's how I could do it. Like I don't know. I would sit in school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and literally listen to nothing. I would just daydream of buying Shaq figures and flipping them back to Kmart.
Dude, man, we could go back and forth on these stories, I'm sure, over and over and over
Let's
again.
bring value to everybody's listening. They don't need to hear our more stories.
Yeah, man. We'll do that another time.
Yeah.
Like, for real, that'd be a good podcast. What I want to get in on today, I mean, you are and have become, and I was saying this to Alex when you were in the other room, your mentality on social media and influencer marketing, I feel, is at the cutting edge of whatever, I don't even know how to say it. I'm searching for the wrong words, but help me out here.
The whole field of social media.
You're at the fucking pinnacle of social media thought leading, okay? And if anybody wants to learn how to run social media or how to market moving forward from the way it was for the last 70 years to what it's going to be, you need to be following this man and following everything he does and reading every book he does. The Thank You Economy book was tremendous in bringing a lot of perspective to me in that aspect. And,
Thank you.
And I can tell you in real world, we were heavily advertising, and over the last 3 years, the advertising, the effectiveness of ads stopped. It just stopped. Okay?
No.
Yeah, stopped. Like literally 100 return to 0 return.
Dude, you're preaching, brother.
I know, brother, but people don't realize this. I see so many people come in like, what kind of ad should I run? What kind of this should I run? No. What you should do is start reading this man's book and figuring out how to.
How'd you get into how did you become first aware of me?
All right, so I read Crush It.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is like,
yeah. So this
it's funny.
This
Crush It. What was that? 09.
Yeah.
It's funny now that Crush It's maturity. There's people like you that have built on it.
No. That's what I want to tell.
Yeah.
So guys, that's how I even met you. I met Gary because I personally have grown our companies so much from the information I learned from that book alone that I felt necessary to reach out and say dude, thank you for giving me what I have. And that's kind of dude I am. I just feel grateful for what I've learned from you. And so I flew up here for drinks, for an hour-long meeting with drinks, which was fun, man. We had a good time, and we talked about it. I said, hey, thank you very much. First thing the man says to me is, hey, how can I help you? I'm like, dude, you've already fucking helped me. I did fly up here on a private jet, and it's because of the shit that I've learned out of what you've been teaching. And so that's how I first came aware. And I've learned from the book Crush It and Thank You Economy both how to grasp the idea of influencer marketing, where things are going, how to use that with the back end of retention on my business to accelerate growth. Where you get one customer, you turn them into 2, and 2 turn into 4, 4 turn into 8, and there it goes.
You know what? And this is going back to your, it's funny to hear the pastor stuff. And, I was born in Russia. I'm Jewish. That's how we got out of Soviet Russia. In the Soviet Union, you couldn't practice religion. So for 3 generations, I had no religion. So I'm not religious. But I'm probably like other people, like
spiritual.
I don't know if it's, and I don't want to use cliche terms.
I got it.
What I know is this. Doing the right thing
pays off.
Is always the fucking right thing. Like there's just and it's funny, right? Like I on purpose, just so everybody knows, say fucking right thing, because if you live in Alabama and you're 82 years old and your name is Gertrude, maybe the word fucking's bad and you've decided that's a bad thing. And the reason I say the fucking right thing is because I want people to understand that at its purest form, intent is the only thing that matters. The reason I'm not scared of anything is I know where my intent is. I knew that I wrote Crush It. I knew that an unbelievable amount of people were going to make millions of dollars if they read it. I mean, it basically predicted everything that happened 7 years ago, right? And I knew that it cost $13. I wasn't selling some be in my mastermind
course
for $50,000 a month, and I'm gonna just tell you enough that you never could be I'm literally obsessed with putting myself out of business.
Yeah.
I want to give people the tools. I have no interest in. I make a book every 2 years for. I have a book. Ask Gary Vee's coming. We're gonna be. I'm sure you'll probably talk about that. But It's, I don't know, $12, $19, $17. I put out a fucking Ask Gary Vee show every fucking minute. Like, this all comes out of me getting mine.
Yeah.
And so what I'm excited about is I think I'm playing it so differently than everybody else that looks like me. And I think the people that come along like yourself that are like, huh, that's an there's a big difference between becoming rich and becoming wealthy. And it's predicated on talent, but another weird little thing, it's called fucking patience. The other thing that I'm sure you get a lot of, and I'm getting bombarded on Snapchat, every goddamn Snapchat thing now is like, Gary, how do I immediately get X?
Dude, it's the number one thing. How do I become a millionaire this year?
Right.
You know, I'm like,
I'm always like,
you don't.
Would you rather become a millionaire, period?
Yeah.
Or not at all?
Right. Yeah.
Like, so Gary's probably the icon of aggressive patience for you.
Yeah, man. I use a term called aggressive patience, which is basically knowing that things are going to take time, but in that time, doing every fucking thing you can to make it work.
I'm gonna say something I haven't said a lot. I think the one vulnerability I have is my strength. Your gift is your cursed. I'm so patient, and I'm so for life, you know, that what I fear in my life is that at 70 or 80, when I can look and when I logically can say, look, I probably don't have 50 years to get it.
Right.
And because I love it so much that I start becoming a little bitter. And I mean, if I just right now, and I just turned 40, if I just right now rewind the monies I've left on the table, ugh.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do with patience.
Right.
But it's something I think a lot about. Like, you know, for anybody who's listening who plays cards similar to me or that style, it's about finding the right cadence. Like, for me, I'm trying to make sure that I'm feeding myself enough with whatever I believe that stability, you know, luxury. You know, I just, AJ and I just got Knicks season tickets on the floor. That's a luxury I couldn't even fathom.
Right.
But I don't, but it's about, but meanwhile, I'm still reconciling even flying first class, let alone,
right.
you know, but for you, that's work. And honestly, I'm like yelling at myself because I'm like, we had that funny incident in Buffalo. Thank you. Like, I'm starting to be like, you know what? But the time I should like, and just living life, right?
Yeah.
But what I can tell you this is the way I play it is the minority.
Yeah.
The majority is fast. I need it now. You know, from 20 to 30, I punted my entire social life. Like everybody, all you 20-year-olds that like want to get it now, like just so you know, like I want to be like you. Cool. Do you want to fuck no chicks from 20 to 30? Do you literally want to have no fun? Like zero?
Yeah.
Do you want to work from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night every day in your 20s?
All your boys telling you, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
And by the way,
doing?
And by the way, in the same way that it took Daily V to get my fan base, who've watched me heavily for almost a decade, to believe me when now, finally, that I hustle, when I tell people I punt in my 20s and 30s, only the kids that were my homies from high school and college can be the only people that be like, yeah, man, he
really did.
He sucks. Like, he left every weekend in college and schlepped cases at the liquor store. Like nobody listening right now believes me in a complete and utter punting of your 20s.
Right.
They don't believe me.
No,
they don't know that I work every Saturday. Dude. I did not go out one Friday or Saturday night. I'm a pioneer in online dating because I had no time to do anything else.
Dude, it's the same thing, right? Like our dad said, like, oh, hey, when I was a kid, I went to school
100%.
and I fucking went up the hill, you know, both ways to school in 10 feet of snow. It's like, yeah, right, Dad, but like this is the fucking truth. Like,
my parents grew up having their bathroom because Russia was 50 years behind America.
Yeah.
Like their bathroom was outside. Russia's fucking cold. So I get it. Like, I guess what we're ranting on, and we're being old men right now for everybody listening. But the truth is, sometimes that's real.
Hey, man, you know what? It's good to set the expectation of what I mean, you follow me. You know what I'm about, dude. I'm about, hey, look, there's no quick fix. There's no fucking magic wand, and there's no luck. It's do the fucking work. Do it for a long fucking time. And when you do that and you're smart enough to adjust along the way, you're going to get there.
That I don't know?
Yeah, man.
But you can answer it. When did you start coming out and about to the world? Podcasts, Instagram. When did you kind of say...
So that's a story in itself about persistence, right? I just did a Periscope on this last night. Like, dude, I started writing motivational quotes because I didn't know what else to fucking write. And I've been a student of that my whole life. I'm like, hey, you know... the grass is always greener, whatever.
Eat shit or
They're
die.
fucking terrible, right?
Yeah, right?
This is back in like 2006 because I didn't know how to use social media to create to create value. You know, when you're selling fucking vitamins, which is what we sell.
Couple snaps.
Like how do you post a value post about fucking vitamins.
Right.
You know, they're not
Yeah.
fucking cool,
Right.
right? So I'm like, all right, well, let's post some motivational shit. So I started doing that. I got 1 like.
Yeah.
You know, the next week I got 2 likes.
Yep.
And it just rolled in and rolled in and rolled in. And then now, you know.
When was that?
07. Right.
When did you start when did this business start?
Which business?
Oh, I mean, when did you start your business career?
Oh, 99.
Good.
Yeah.
So here's where I'm getting at. It took you 8 years of being an operator and a businessman before you decided to even open up your mouth once to the
right.
business world.
Yeah.
I operated from 14, but truly from 22 until Wine Library, until Business Talk 2000. You know, probably from 98 to 2009. So I waited 11 years of a profession. I built a business from $3 to $70 million in sales. The problem right now is everybody wants to be a life coach and a motivational speaker and a mentor. Like, it's really, listen, and by the way, I don't begrudge. Maybe you can convince me why at 22 years old you should be my life coach and business coach. But like, guys, let's just call everybody out so that, and I'm calling a couple of you out, not because I think I'm big shot or I want to razz. It's because I want you to win.
Right.
Here's the punchline. The people that are going to believe you that you're 24 and you're their business and life coach, but the only money you've ever made was telling other people advice, you've never actually built a business, are the lowest common denominator of people, and they're not going to get you anywhere in the long term. You might make a couple of fast bucks, but you're going to lose.
Right.
And meanwhile, the people that you look up to are all judging you for being completely full of shit, and you're eliminating opportunities.
That's right. You're casting yourself. You know what I mean? You're casting yourself into a mold that you're not going to break out of for a long, long, long time. You know, I did that when I was a young kid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, you know,
and this shit's being documented. Like, you think you might be deleting your fucking bullshit Instagram photos, but they're not gone forever, my man.
Right.
And so, like, when it gets pulled up, like, all the dumb shit you and I did, you know, that's
shit.
gone. That shit is gone.
We talk
like,
about that all the
you know,
time.
but, like, this, you guys, everybody right now, like, your snaps, you know, they don't disappear.
Right,
Don't let the ghost fool you. Like, this is, like, documented for life. Somebody's recording it on the other side, maybe. And, like, it's just, everybody here, us doing this right now, everybody listening, you're on the record forever. And I'm telling you, when you're 24, you're not thinking about 40. None of us did. I'm 40 right now. I feel like I'm 6.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just starting. Like my face is on fucking fire, right? and so I don't want people making mistakes that they're gonna have to dig out of. It's like college loans that you can't get out of. You're making brand loans for a short stint that are gonna fuck you.
Dude, that's the thing I can't get across to people to understand, dude, is that everyone is their own brand. Everyone. Everything you post, everything you say, every fucking picture you take, every tweet you tweet, every fucking snap you snap, that is your brand. And I'm glad you brought this up, dude, because this is like what I wanted to get at for the interview here.
Let's do it.
Okay, so right now, for the shit that you and I have talked about and we've had discussions about, and the stuff you're doing, you know, you're hitting it hard on Snap. You're telling information on Snap. There's a lot of people picking up and following that. Great, they're gonna win. Here's the thing, though. I feel like most companies feel like they're winning on social media if they have a fucking Facebook page or an Instagram account and they're just posting on it. They're like, hey, are you active on Instagram? Yeah. Are you active on Facebook? Yeah. We're killing on social. That's where the business world thinks that they're winning.
The big business world that VaynerMedia plays with, Pepsi, Unilever, Toyota, and I don't know what business world you're talking about, but the people that are, let's say, at $1 billion or $2 billion, like the biggest companies in the world, the places we play with, they don't think that. They actually think that Facebook, that social media doesn't even mean anything. They still are in TV and that. The people you're talking about, let's call it, I think, and jump in if I'm wrong, call it the $5 to $200 million companies, because I hang out with them too. They're
that's us. That's what you know.
They're exactly me too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, those people there's a mix, right? Like I think a lot of them are just fronting. I think because if they're talking to you and you actually are doing well, they're like, yeah, us too.
Yeah.
But I have a funny feeling if we had a brain chip in their brain, they'd be like, yeah, we don't really fucking.
Yeah, or they'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude,
Do you know what I mean?
I get it. But
go ahead.
But
What's the
even
question?
so, like companies are slowly. I agree or disagree. Companies are slowly moving towards social media.
Yes, because social media is a slang term for the internet.
Dude.
Like, Andy, like, what is social media? Oh, you mean the 6 website that every fucking person's on?
Dude.
Like, what the fuck's the matter with people? Social media as a
for
word.
kids. That shit's for kids. Why are you doing that kid shit on your phone over there, Gary?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that
Listen, by the way, the only reason I give away all my shit for free, and you know this is how I roll.
Yeah.
You benefited from it.
Yeah.
Is because I know there's only a couple of you.
That are going to do it.
Bingo.
Right. Dude.
I know we're going to rant, and I don't know what kind of guests you have on.
I get that question all the time, dude.
Yeah.
I get questions all the time. What, you know, Andy, there's 30 other companies that follow you that are trying to beat your ass, that follow you and listen to what you say. Why are you giving away what you do? Well, because I don't think you're going to fucking do it. Because it's too fucking hard.
I 100% believe that.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. 99% of you are just not going to do jack
Tyler,
shit.
how many times have I said in a fucking meeting that I could give my playbook for our business away to every single one of our competitors? It wouldn't matter. For 7 years, I've said that.
Andy, the playbook was part of the playbook. I don't want to be disrespectful. Part of the playbook was written 7 years ago. It was called Crush It.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The reason you do it is because you were affected by knowing that that's what affected you.
Dude, and I'm hungry. I want to fucking do it, man.
And it's execution.
Right.
Like, guys, it's ready? It's a good idea to be Ben Affleck, right? And what's the other? Matt Damon, and write a great script and make a movie called Goodwill Hunting, become famous, bang chicks, make lots of money, and have a great life. That's a good idea. Good. Now go do it.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, gee, when are we going to understand that entrepreneurship is a skill? This is, like, when are we going to understand that, look, now, working hard, working smart, you can get some. A lot of people listening right now are making $48,000 a year, $72,000 a year, and could probably start a business that makes $200,000 a year, and that's great. But if you do not understand that it actually is actual talent that helps build a 10, 30, 40, what everybody needs to do on this that's listening, and that what you and I have to do, the only thing we can really do is put ourselves in the best position to succeed, to maximize our upside. No matter how much I play basketball, if I played it 16 hours a day, if I played basketball tomorrow for 16 hours a day, or when I was 18, I would be a really good player.
Right.
Would I be fucking LeBron?
Nope.
And so, look, the stuff that I tell people, one, I've recognized a long time ago that like I'm gonna be success. Like I can make money regardless. I always could. It's in me. I love the feeling of getting the email that I got from you saying you changed my life. That's intoxicating. That it gets into that religious shit, right? I love it. It's very.
It's 100% true.
It's legacy.
It's 100% true.
It's legacy.
Yeah,
I got an email. Did Nate tell you about the email? Get Nate in here. Nate, get in here. So I'm going to get Nate in here. He was my former assistant. He was the CEO of my last book. Nate, without giving details because I think it's kind of private, get in here for a second. I'm getting you on the show. Nate, get in here. Don't be scared.
Get up closer so I can hear you.
Nate, didn't we get an email that you just forwarded me the other day that was highly emotional to both of us and like was way beyond?
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't we like that a lot more than monies?
It was one of the coolest things that I've done with you over 4 years.
Right. So, thanks, Nate. Get out of here. Nate and I got it was very emotional. I won't give things away, but basically, ultimately, somebody basically said that by me giving them the first signed copy of Jab, Jab, Right Hook, it was my only copy at the time, it was like a couple months before that book came out, that a man stayed alive for 2 more years because of it. And the guy just passed away, and it was highly emotional for Nate and I. Yeah. And it's just intense. Like, this is so much bigger than making a couple more bucks. But when you play the right game, you will win. And the reason, the thing I'm trying to ground everybody in that story, what we were just ranting about, is, guys, if you're listening, listen. First, you have to recognize what you're good at. If you're not honest with yourself, like, cool, you want to be a CEO and an entrepreneur? Of course, because it's the hot thing right now. Just like being a lawyer or an architect when I was a kid, or a fucking astronaut back in the old school days, or a cowboy, or whatever, you know, an athlete, a rapper. Like, a rapper wasn't cool in 1984, mainstream white America. Now it's cool. Like, we're having our day right now. In 7 years, there'll be the new profession. Like, cool. But if you're, like, I really wish I was the starting quarterback of the New York Jets. I really do. I just realized I'm more likely to own the Jets than play for them.
Dude, and you know what? If you can't play for them, you might as well own them.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
You just got to put. You got to be honest with yourself.
Here's what's
That's
cool.
what
I love about that story you just told about that email. You know, and this is what I think young entrepreneurs need to understand. Gary gave away so much value to that person that he stayed alive for an extra 2 years, right? And you give.
By the way, just because I want to be smart about this, this is what his best friend said to me. I have no interest in being douchey enough to think that that is kind of true, but it felt incredible that somebody closest to this guy's life felt that there was some connection.
There's at least some truth.
There's something,
right? So, but the point is that you said the thing that you said there. You said, isn't that more important than monies? And when you focus on giving so much that you're actually making that kind of an impact with people, guess what happens? The money comes.
Guys, it's so simple and it's so cliche.
But it's people don't, dude. I post that shit on fucking Instagram. I get 40 comments saying, "Dude, you're full of shit. You got to do this." I'm like, bro, you are not grasping what I'm saying.
And by the way, and real quick on that, because
Yeah.
I get that, and maybe a little bit less, but because I think people are scared to say it to me now than they used to be.
Yeah.
And as your brand develops
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things
yeah.
of that nature, there's also a lot of ways to do it. I just want everybody to know, whether you've been listening to my stuff for 7 years or you just found out about me now and you watch a couple things, I'm just going to say it so you know it forever. These are my truths.
Right.
If you have similar DNA to me and similar skill sets or a version of it, this is what works. I'm not saying it's the only way. There's a lot of ways. I also think it's long term. You know what I'm proud about is as experts, and there was plenty on Twitter, all the people that, look, we know what's going on right now.
Right.
I'm loud about Snapchat. All of a sudden, everybody in social media is loud about Snapchat, right? Everybody's loud. And now you have tons of people selling $500 ebooks saying, I'm going to teach you about Snapchat. So there's
in 3 days' time, dude. I
ahead.
texted you the other day.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because of the text I said the other day. I said Gary a text. I said, dude, this is hilarious to watch Snapchat because now after 2 weeks of you doing Snapchat hard, everybody's doing the exact same shit. His text back is like, that's what happens when I put shit in the world.
at this point, because
It was awesome.
I was right about YouTube and
Yeah.
Twitter, in the same way that you like.
No, I
like,
love it,
yeah.
dude. I dig it.
It's
I laughed so hard when I got that text.
By the way, it's why I'm very careful to ever really go this. By the way, since I've really re-revved my brand, right? For the people listening, you probably know this. There was Crush It. I was out there, this and that. Listen, I've been building a big company.
Yeah.
So I was really quiet up until D-Rock came into my life. I found somebody who was talented. Listen, D-Rock is a very important. It's so interesting how life works. If David didn't ping me and say, I want to make you a free video, and if it wasn't kind of in my mind of like, maybe it's time for me to get back out there.
Right.
I was in a 2-year cocoon. I was putting out very little content. There was nothing. I wasn't really pushing anything. I didn't go crazy with Jab, 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 Right Hook a little bit. But we made a film. It really felt right. I'm like, oh, I think I found a family member. Why don't you come? And then one day he's just sitting here. I'm like, let's do this show. I'm coming back at a time. I'm washing out my wine glass. So it's only been a little while. So now everybody's freaked out by how hard I'm pushing Snapchat because I wasn't pushing content when I freaked out about Facebook 3 years ago or
Right.
Instagram, right?
Right.
And they don't remember me freaking out about
you didn't
Twitter.
have the platform.
Exactly.
You didn't have the platform
Exactly.
to do it. That's
So
why.
anyway,
Yeah.
back to the punchline. There's all these people selling. I will teach you. Literally, there are people sitting consuming everything I'm doing for free, and then reselling it. The part they retained.
Right.
Not
that they never actually used
Correct.
or built something with.
For $500 a month, they're gonna teach you.
Right.
I mean, it's the same old shit.
Dude, we just talked about this on my Thursday Thunder podcast about, dude, if you guys listen to the fucking podcast, he just said what I said a week ago. Quit being fucking stupid. You know? So all right, so we talk about
Or it's not stupid. Stop being confused about results.
or do your research. Has this person actually built a company?
It's the biggest.
Has this person
Following people who've
Right.
never actually executed a business, who sell on helping you build a business, and they're just selling people for people, is crazy.
Yeah.
But number 2, results, guys. If you've been, let's take a step back because I'm now talking to people that have been grinding for 3 years and I haven't seen anything happen. I got one for you.
Yeah.
And so I've been marinating with this. So I'm going to drop it here because it's a good audience for
Yeah.
it, and you're a good dude. And
Thank you,
I'll
brother.
give you this. Guys, if you've been grinding for 3 years and we haven't moved the ball, you've got to do it differently.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like some other leprechaun's going to come along and teach you. Like, there's not the next guy's 197 ebook or master. Like you've got to do something different.
But see, what you said earlier, entrepreneurship's a skill. The skill of entrepreneurship is knowing when to change and how to change to get to your ultimate
And
destination.
then executing, right? Like, for me, as we've become friendly, I pinged you very early on my Snapchat thing because I had that feeling.
Right, yeah.
That's why I started doing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, pay attention.
Yeah, I didn't ask any questions. I just fucking did it. Yeah.
Right, because you're a doer.
Right.
So I think doing is grossly underestimated.
Yeah.
It's just stunningly underestimated. Anyway, I feel like because I'm used to like.
No,
running my
dude,
shit.
you got it.
Do your
Look,
thing.
bro,
Let me
no,
do
this
more.
is the thing.
I need to break out of practice of like, go talk.
No, dude. Look, man, this is what this is about. I want people to hear from you. You know, I posted on Snap earlier. I took a snap of Jab, Right Hook with the one with the boxing gloves on it.
Yes.
And I said, the social media Bible. Well, now we're talking to social media Jesus, and that's what we're going to talk about today, all right? We've got Von the Impaler, we've got social media Jesus, and we've got Tyler with his Tom Brady hair.
The creator.
That's right.
Fake, AKA fake Pats fan.
So, all right. So, as an entrepreneur, you know, you're going from where you are to where you want to be. And I think one of the key skills, and I love that you call it a skill because I hate when people say, and I think that you've said this before, but that entrepreneurship is something that cannot be taught. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do not think you can.
I agree with you 100%. And people say, "Oh no, anybody can become an entrepreneur."
Listen
1000%.
again. Let's say it again. Anybody can be a musician. Like, let me sing. Like, you know, meet me at the crossroads. Like, that shit sucks.
Yeah,
Bone Thugs knows how to do it.
Right.
But like, yes, anybody can start a business.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Now what?
Right. Exactly.
Like,
But
anyway,
you know, and so that skill of like seeing it's not about planning the perfect fucking plan. It's about going, and then when you hit the bumps, making the adjustments to get where you want to go, that gets you where you want to go.
the other thing is having. You know what? The one thing that I've been fascinated by. I'm curious what you think about this. It's about the stomach. You know what I mean? Like, people don't have the like. I'm crazy and like.
See all this great fucking hair, dude?
Dude, I'm secretly. I've said this a lot, so people have heard this before. I secretly want to lose all my money and start over. and that's some gangster raw
That
shit.
is, yeah.
Right? Like
I don't want to do that shit.
yeah. like, you know why? Because there's nothing worse than having something and losing it.
Dude, look,
But
I get what
I'm-
you're saying.
you know what I mean?
I totally get what you're
Like,
saying.
I
but
wanna-
I'm not going to go there.
But honestly, like obviously the two kids.
I
and
like
the
the
wife,
private jets, man.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I like the I love the game. I
Yeah.
love the humility of like, listen, here's what I think. If I totally fuck up with 17 key decisions and go Rocky,
dude, you're a builder. You're a builder.
Where's that? What's that? Rocky 5, where it's like sad and he gets back and Adrian dies and he's back and he's like kind of like fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not 5. 5's
6,
terrible.
right? 6.
No, I
5
think
was
it's-
Tommy Morrison. 6 was Rocky 6 when he's back to the beginning, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that, I think that's what it is.
Rocky Balboa.
Oh, Balboa.
Yeah.
Balboa. Dude, I'm secretly, that's my favorite one. And it's not that great, but I'm like, yeah, like fucking like.
Yeah, but dude, okay, so I get what you're saying, dude. You're like, okay, because I look back too, and I look at the like, dude, I talk about it so much that people get fucking annoyed.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, all I hear about is the piss-stained mattress that you slept
Yeah.
on the back of your store. I'm like, yeah, but that was the coolest shit.
Because when you make it, that's the romantic narrative in our
Right.
heads, right? Like, like I love, you know what I love the most though? And so look, the truth is, listen, it wouldn't be super convenient for me if that happened. But I'll tell you, pivoting from, and you know what, Ant? I'm curious if you want to do this. I did this, and it's a version of it, and I'm very curious how you're going to react to what I'm about to say. I pivoted from the wine world, where I was the motherfucking guy.
Yeah.
I changed the industry. Guys, if you don't know me, you Google it. What? Lower? Get lower in? Oh, no.
No, he's a fucking wino.
Yeah, right? So
Yeah.
you know, right? You know what happened then,
He's
right?
praising.
Which is, I came out of nowhere, and I became one of the most important forces in an industry that has been around since the first pages of the Bible.
Right.
It fucked with everybody's head. People couldn't believe that I was creating 22 and 23-year-old people that got into wine. I changed it. I did it on YouTube when nobody knew what YouTube was.
Right.
I did Twitter. Nobody knew what Twitter was. People were like, how the hell did this happen?
Right.
And then at the height of my power, I pivoted to becoming a business talker. I like left it at the height. And honestly, I'm weirdly already pretty, it's obvious to me, it's brewing already. This agency is becoming the leader.
Yeah.
I'm feeling, I was actually there's a little humility that's about to come through, which is not always my gear. I was taken, and D-Rock will tell you this, I was taken aback by how many people move so fast on Snapchat. I guess I realized that people know, you know, Lewis Howe, like, I know that people have been affected by me.
Right.
What's interesting is those people, you, others, you guys are big now. And what that means is when I do something and those big people have been benefited from, like, if he does it like this, it's real, they do it, well, then there's all the other people underneath you.
Right.
And so I was real.
Tremendous influence.
And then, you know, like,
Right.
I mean, like 1,000 people emailed me and said the White House went on Snapchat because of me. And as nice as I'd like that for my ego, I don't fully believe it, but I would be lying if I didn't say, not that I'd like to believe it. Forget about that. I don't give a fuck about the White House. It's like, fuck, there's clearly a lot more going on about Snapchat in the world. And it really, and look, take it to DJ Khaled, which clearly inspired me too.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in my micro world,
Right.
not celebrity world.
Right.
In this world
In
of
the
market,
entrepreneur
yes.
world, right.
So I'm feeling that like over the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to really win that game.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm going to be anointed for the results of what I built, the biggest
dude.
social agency, the personality that dictated, and I already can feel myself starting to think about where do I want to go next? Because nobody respected me when I started this agency in agency world.
Right.
Ogilvy and McCann
Right.
and WPP.
Right.
Those things.
Right.
Like if you know Mad Men world, they were like, oh, cute Twitter boys coming.
Yeah.
And now as I punch them in their fucking mouth, they're like,
Dude,
And so I like that. I like the climb. Where can I go next?
That's
Where
builder
everybody's-
mentality, dude.
100%.
That's builder mentality. True entrepreneurs. I was talking about this with Eric Hillman yesterday, my buddy I was telling you about. Dude, you're just builder, dude. You're a builder. You are the... If there's entrepreneurs and they're cut into like A, B, C, D grade, you're fucking A grade entrepreneur. And that's what people who are A grade entrepreneurs want. It's not... I mean, dude, do I enjoy nice cars? Fuck yeah. Do I enjoy flying up here on a jet? Yeah, I do. You know, but the reality is I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I care about the next project and the next thing. And so when you ask like when you're curious of what I have to say, I completely 100% relate to that because
do you think about becoming an entity in the world outside of your world now, or do you think about
Absolutely.
quadrupling down on the world you're in?
No, something else, something new
so
project.
and that's what I mean. Like, I think that's fascinating. And by the way, I want to make something clear. I don't want to judge.
Dude, I got a
everybody-
text from my business partner, and I'm
Yeah.
just going to share this.
Yeah.
It's personal.
Yeah.
But I got a text from him a week ago, and dude, we've been in business for 17 years, dude, and we're 50-50
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, bro, he's like, and this, he goes, you know, you are just, I believe you have a gift for what you're doing now. You're killing it.
Yeah,
You're
need-
doing this.
You bird, go fly.
Yeah, and he's like, dude, if it comes time to where, you know, you
Yeah.
need to pull apart,
Yeah.
you know, we can do that. I'm not, you know.
I don't want to hold you back.
Yeah, and exactly. And
It's
I'm
the
not.
most, it's
and-
the most incredible feeling.
no,
You know, my brother did
and dude,
that
I'm
for
like,
me as well.
I don't want that. Just to be clear,
No, I get it,
anybody
I
who
get it.
follows me and all that,
No,
that's
but
not
you know
what's
what?
going on.
That's an amazing
But
partner. My brother did that for me here too. He's like,
Right.
look, we started 50-50 Vayner.
Right.
I had all the equity. I was 11 years.
Right.
And when I say equity, I mean the business was built on my brand.
Right.
We thought he was going to run it and I was going to do other things. But as the truths became true, he's like, man, you're really like
Doing
and
it.
that's what you dream of. Look, you know, to take my brain back a step, I just want to say the following because I have a sense of like the fanatical base you have. This is the greatest time ever. And by the way, the economy is about to melt. Like the stock market is on full tilt right now.
Yeah.
Shit's about to get raw. So first and foremost, a lot of you fake entrepreneurs are about to get weeded out.
Yeah.
But even with that horse shit, this is the greatest time ever to build businesses because the rules of engagement have changed.
No question.
I mean, when you look at some of the businesses that were, and you know this better than I do, and that's just the truth, even though I'm social media, whatever, the amount of businesses that were built from zero to hero just on Instagram in the last 36 months, especially in your world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The things that I believe are about to happen in the next year or two on Snapchat, the fact that, I mean, look how much media is going on right now.
Right.
I'm in my fucking office. There's 800 fucking cameras. He's doing a daily, I'm fucking
Yeah.
doing a reality show.
Yeah.
You're doing a radio show
Yeah.
and a TV show. I mean,
Yeah.
what the fuck does that, do you understand how much this would have cost to pull off in 1990? It
yeah.
wouldn't have happened,
Right.
including the
Plus, who
get a
would've watched
satellite
it?
dish.
Who would've
and get-
watched it?
Nobody, because you wouldn't
couldn't
have
afford to put it anywhere.
Dude, you wouldn't have gotten distribution
Right,
because
exactly.
there was gatekeepers.
Right.
Now the internet's the gatekeeper.
No,
it's a complete
dude,
meritocracy.
We're all our own. It goes into all our own brand, dude.
100%.
Dude, here's the thing, though. And like what you guys have to understand. And okay, so we talked about this on the plane ride up here. I was talking with Tyler and Dave here about creating value. You're listening to this show, and you're like, I don't own a business. I just like the show because Andy says fuck a lot. Okay, you're listening right now, and you're like, well, what's the value in creating my own brand on social media? I'm just a lurker. I just like to watch. It's fun.
Yep.
It's entertaining. It's like
Yep.
TV. Or listen, you're going to be an employee your whole life. There's nothing wrong with that. Dude, I have some of my best friends in the world are employees of mine that fucking I would die for. And that's no bullshit. I love them. I would die for them. The value.
I would die for the Jets going to the Super Bowl.
Dude,
just as a
you might
random
have to
tidbit.
too, brother.
Go ahead, keep going.
Dude, so you have to think about why we're talking about building this brand. Why should you take a brand seriously when you're just an entrepreneur or you're just a regular guy? You're not going to be an entrepreneur because as the next thing, all right now you're on the internet, so you're quote unquote winning. The next thing is going to be how influential are you? How much information are you putting out? What kind of brand do you create? And you go to apply for a job and you're with you and 3 other dudes, right? And you've been lurking, but the one out of the 4 of you has been taking this social serious, has influence, has content being put out. That dude that's relevant to this business, that dude is going to be worth more money than you. That guy's going to make more than you. He's going to get hired first.
I'm going to go on a very weird tangent.
Yeah.
just for kicks and giggles.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people are going to talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do some random different
Yeah.
shit.
I got something I want to talk to you about.
Cool, and we'll get it in.
Yeah. No.
Can you get my CNBC call pushed a little bit?
We can wrap.
By the
here.
way, do not edit this part where it was real. Do you guys edit?
Oh no, we won't. The only thing,
like even this weird little part.
the only
This
thing I
part
think
here?
would,
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I want to jam on. A lot because of the industry that you're in, and probably because you're strikingly handsome.
Hey, it's the beard.
By the way,
bro.
though, you really
a beard,
you married way over your head.
Dude, I know, man.
I remember when like you were pinging, and then like one of the weird reasons is we connected. I actually like because of the last name saw
Yeah.
your wife like
Yeah.
one of them. I'm like, who's that cute little blonde girl?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's that dude's wife probably.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, he really married over. His
You want to
fucking
talk about
head.
somebody who's killing on Snapchat, dude? You got to follow her
I will.
on Snapchat.
I will. So listen, a lot of your followers, because of the fitness and all that, are women.
Yeah.
And I want to say something. I don't think dudes talk enough about how women have it different than guys on social. So
We talked about this today.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So like I feel for all my like amazing entrepreneur females that are listening right now, I just want you to know I have massive empathy. I think people have lost context. I have several friends. What's that, Matt? You need that? I have several friends that are attractive girls.
Right.
I was hanging out with one of them, talking business, and she showed me her Instagram private messages.
Yeah.
And in
fucking eggplants.
dude, in 2 fucking hours, she had more crazy ass. And by the way, then I'm clicking. I'm like, these dudes have like wives in their latest pictures.
yeah.
Like, shit is scandalous.
Yeah, dude.
And so I just want to say, like, we like to spew advice.
Yeah.
And so Snapchat, right? Snapchat, people like I've gotten a couple dick pics already. And by the way, that shit is real fucking crazy. Like that. By the way, that's shocking as shit. Not like if I knew it was coming, I'd be fine. It's just you don't know.
Dude,
it's
I
Snapchat.
walk into the house at the end of the day, and Emily's super big on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so how many dick pics you get today?
And she's like, what, 7?
Yeah. No, she's like none because I make sure people know that you're my husband.
She's a beast.
Yeah.
But she's smarter than that.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
knows
yeah.
nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
Guys are scumbuckets.
Oh, dude.
And so I think that, Snapchat, women, like I have empathy that you may not want to engage with your community as much because if you let everybody message you,
Right.
you got to deal with all the horse
perverts,
shit.
right.
And not just perverts. Let's call it what it is. Like people, like the other thing that I listen. I want to be really honest here. Like guys sometimes struggle with like taking an attractive woman serious on a business kick. So Birchbox, Stowaway. I have huge financial return. Buddy Media, Cass Lazaro was the equal partner to Mike Lazaro. Like, I think we're living in my daughter. She's showing a lot of. She asked for a YouTube channel. She's 6. Like she's showing Gary Vee tendencies. If she wants to, by the way, if she wants to give all of Daddy's money away to Africa or the deer in the rainforests or like, mushrooms, I will support that girl no matter what she does. But if she decides that she got struck by the DNA and she's going to be an entrepreneur, I want her to win. And we're living through an incredible time for female and minority entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It is definitely harder. Please, can we stop the bullshit? It is an old white man world, no question. But if you play the projections out, it's changed a lot. It's still not great. But Snapchat, I'm just going micro on this. I think I give a lot of advice a lot of times and it maps to like me. I want you to know that I have the empathy that you're dealing with different things and you got to navigate you. And like in the same way that you and I clearly can deal with like negative posts
Right.
and other people can't.
Right.
And that's why they're not in the game.
Right.
Everybody has their thing.
Right.
I think being an extrovert and cursing, dude, I leave $4 million on the table a year
Just 'cause you curse.
because they won't book me to speak because I curse.
Welcome to my world. Dude, I get it, man. I get it.
I've been cursing a long time, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
Bro,
mean?
you know what? I'm not going to stop either.
Of course, because
So-
for everything you lose, you gain in authenticity. And by the way, people can sniff it. Like, one of the things I love, my favorite email is like, hey, man, like literally random, like, hey, I'm a 72-year-old Southern Christian Baptist lady. I like you cursing. You know why, sir? I hate cursing, but I like when you cuss. And let me tell you why. I believe you.
Let's be real, dude. First of all, good cursing is a fucking art form.
Dude, I think it's fucking the greatest shit of all
There is
time.
people who try to curse that don't know how to curse
Of course,
right.
because it's forced.
Right. Like, dude, cursing is an art. You either have it or you don't.
100%.
There's cursing in the Bible.
That's right. Look, that's why we have this
Fuck
guy
yeah.
here. Right.
All right,
So-
let's go because
all
we
right.
need to wrap up. And I know you got some KPIs you want to hit.
All right,
want me to hit it?
Vaughn, hit your question up for Gary.
Okay, so Gary,
Key performance indicators.
Gary Vaynerchuk equals create great content. But I think most of what I've seen from you has emphasized the content, so the qualities, the authenticity, the relevance, that sort of thing.
The output.
Could you give people an insight, kind of a window into your creative process, like the writing process, the conceptual process?
You laughing, D-Rock?
I would
D-Rock,
love.
I want you to
love
answer this. I have no goddamn idea what you're gonna say. Come on, stop. Be a big boy. Get on here. Like, what's your first at bat on that? I'm curious.
How do you come up with your shit?
Go ahead.
Is what
Here
he's
we go.
saying. Yeah.
Like creative, like
I don't know. Answer the fucking
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
D-Rock.
Like, I mean,
You got it pretty close.
you know,
to
I'm
it.
literally talking about like how you come up with the thesis of what you're going to say, how you're going to organize your, blog posts, articles, books, any of that.
So I think Gary came up with a process, meaning like he has the knowledge and he has the advice that he thinks and hears and soaks up from everywhere, and then he cultivates it into a thought, and then that thought is spread out to us, his team. We do videos based off of like what he thinks and says, and then from there it cultivates into everything else: articles, graphics.
And so the
interviews.
punch. Thanks, D-Rock. And the punchline of that is, here's what happened. D-Rock was sitting right the fuck there, doing some horseshit video shit, probably editing some stuff that editing stuff that I used to do that was online to make it fresh, keyword, make it better on YouTube. And I was sitting here, probably thinking about a client product or a headache or or an employee, and literally, my brain said, "Do an Q&A business show right now." I opened the door. I said, "Grab your camera." I sat in the fucking glass room right here where I taped the show, and I did a fucking episode of the Ask Gary Vee show. What he referred to and what I just referred to is this. The process is living. I'm in constant on to do it, and then I've slowly but surely created spokes for the output. So my books are written by me audioing, and Stephanie Land, my amazing ghostwriter, I can't put two fucking sentences together.
Right.
Guys, if you ever get an email from me, I mean...
That's exactly how we did my book. We fucking, I did this.
Yes.
I did this.
I
he
can
wrote it.
communicate like a
Right.
fucking champ,
Right.
like this, but like to write, but the process is watching people. Like I watch. What I'm good at is human vibes. Like it's so weird. Like I can know what people think without even like it's so. I can walk by an employee here sometimes and just know that something isn't right on some straight fucking zen
That's just it, man. But that's the thing. That goes into the value
Intuition.
of why you don't buy fucking programs from dudes that are 25 years old. Because I
And
guarantee.
by the way, I was a beast at 25. Buy from a
yeah, but
25-year-old.
you weren't the beast. You weren't the beast that you are now.
No, but I was a different version of the beast. And let's
Yeah.
talk about early Jordan, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, here's what I would buy from. I'd buy from 25-year-old me. You know why? In 3 years, I took a business from $3 to $27 million in sales on shit that was never heard of called the internet. So look, I'll listen to fucking Zucks. I'll go talk to Evan Spiegel. And by the way, I'm going highbrow.
Yeah.
You tell me you're 25 and you didn't cheat or do some spammy shit and you took something from $1 million or 0 to $1 million.
Completely different thing.
Well, that's what.
Right.
If you tell me that you think you're fucking charismatic and you like the idea of sitting in your fucking underpants and jerking off all day and make a couple videos and saying I'm gonna change your life and use some fucking buzzwords and put some fucking hashtags on Instagram
Rent
and
a
fucking
fucking-
bottom
rent a
feed,
fucking Lambo and take pictures with.
and like fucking show up, like that's exactly right, and like fuck that.
Yeah.
Then I'm not giving you money.
Right,
but
right,
show
right.
me.
Right.
Show me results are the only game.
man.
I don't give a fuck if you're old, young, or indifferent. My problem is, fuck you if you haven't actually done something other than telling people what to do.
That's right, dude.
So I don't want you guys to forget to pimp the March 8th event.
Yeah.
But quick follow-up question. In Crush It, you say, communicate with me because whoever is the best communicator wins.
Yes.
How do people develop their communication skills if it's not a natural talent?
You may not. Like
You do it as much as you
So
can.
if Andy and I were forced, if the only way to communicate in the world was written form, we wouldn't have won. If this asshole and I were fucking, if us two assholes
we'd
were
be
cavemen
fucking
and we had to
sticking-
draw in fucking
Yeah.
caves, we probably would have been eaten by a fucking dinosaur, right? like we would have lost, right?
Yeah.
But because YouTube came along, I mean, you know what's crazy about me? That first episode of Wine Library TV, I'd never done anything. I wasn't in drama class. I wasn't in like making cool fucking videos with my homies that I wanted to be at NYU.
Dude, you did it the best you thought it would be.
I just did.
Right, and that's
And
what hangs people up.
So real quick to everybody listening, maybe you're not going to kill it at Instagram. Like Twitter was made for me. I talk in headlines. It was fast. I engaged. Snapchat's made for me, right? It's made for me. But Instagram's made for attractive people, unquotable. Like there's different things. Like there's just different shit. So I wouldn't be crippled, right? Some people are better at audio. My podcast is borderline mailed in. It's the audio of my video cast. Right. So because I'm good at video and I don't want to do another just
it's not going to be as good anyway.
And by the way, it's just different. Everything's different. And so I think finding how to become a great communicator starts with self-awareness. Instead of hoping who you are, audit who you are.
Amen.
People are wishing. Cool. I wish I was the best looking, greatest athlete. Like I wish I was a math whiz that was so crazy for the Big Short dude. I want to sit in I want to listen to rock music and just math it out and make a drilly.
Dude, look, man.
Right?
Here's the thing. I've just got a couple things to add to that. A, how do you know if you're good at something? Go fucking do it and see what happens.
By the way, the market tells you.
Right.
Hey, good news. If you're 39 and you've tried to be an entrepreneur for 17 years and you made $80, you suck. No, I mean, and
dude, I'm laughing because it's so fucking true,
it's
dude.
the market. It's not because you and I say the results.
Right.
And by the way, how you make your money matters too. Don't come at me and say I made 10 million and then I found you fucking bottom fed and fucking put like fucking cookies on people's websites and you siphon their fucking credit cards. It's like there's a way making money too. Like
I agree.
And by the way, just making money is for me the reason I'm so confident is because I think I'm going to win. Look, do I think I'm going to make the most money? I do not. I swear to God.
Neither one of us are going to.
My behavior doesn't map it. Do I think I could be one of the people that impacted the most people and made a lot of money? I think that cross-section of impact and revenue, I think I have a shot of being at a high level.
No doubt. And at the end of the day, what really fucking matters is how much money you made, or what are you going to take more satisfaction when you're 75 years old? How much money I made?
I swear to God, my entire game is how many people show up at my funeral.
Dude, I get it. I totally get it. Because you understand, you've been the main preacher of the impact revenue message, that those things are parallel. And, it's not selling a fucking product. It's making a fucking difference,
And like both matter. Like I'm not Mother Teresa.
No, dude, I get it.
You know what I mean? I'm with you.
Yeah.
But you can have both.
Right. You can. Right. Money's bad. Don't make any money.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Guys, if you want to check out this episode, it's the mfceo.com/40. That's 40.
Oh, and I'm 40 years old now.
There you go.
Great. I'm very excited about that.
So, last thing, guys, because Gary's got to run. He's got another meeting right after this, and I'm sure 7 to 8 more for the rest of the day. When I came up here and I'm like, yeah, dude, he had meeting until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock that night. We met at 9. Everybody was like, no way. I'm like, yeah, he really did. So the hustle that he talks about is not bullshit, guys. I've witnessed it.
Well, that's
with
why
my
Gary
own
Vee's.
fucking eyes.
That's why this What episode is it? 6? 6 in the
It's easy to take a snap of your computer at 11:30 at night and be like, oh, I'm still
cool,
hustling.
Cool that you fucking set your alarm and woke up at 1 in the morning and like went to your bathroom.
It's
like,
quite a bit different when you and I are having a meeting and there's 3 other fucking dudes waiting to have their meetings. I'm like, why are these dudes standing behind me?
You know why that's so great? Because that's what I talk a lot about, which is the market. The truth is undefeated. I can pander.
Yeah.
But you were there.
Oh, dude.
You go home. You tell your boys. It's just the truth.
No, it is a truth. And if you want to hear more of the truth, guys, listen. I came up here. We had drinks. We hit it off. We started to become friends. Gary. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for entrusting me with the launch of the Ask Gary Vee book event.
Thank you. Bro.
Your guys asked me to put on this event in St. Louis on March 8th. Gary will be there. I will be there. We are going to tear your fucking eyeballs out of your head.
Eat them.
And eat them. If you come to the event, I promise you, I guarantee you.
You will see a man eat an eyeball.
Yeah, not only that, not only will Gary and I both eat an eyeball, we will provide you with more value than you provide, whatever the ticket cost is. And if you don't think so, I'll give you your fucking money back. So March 8th, clear your calendar. Ask Gary Vee's book launch party. We're going to fucking kill it. And if you're not there...
A lot of people on social already talking about like road trips from Tampa,
dude,
Florida,
all over. We'll sell it out.
Like
dude, it's
the
going
Netherlands.
to sell out in 1 minute.
Are you making, because I know you're buying a lot of books, which I thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's like the cost of admission, like a bunch of books. Is that how you're doing
I think we'll do...
Are you going to burn all those a Or?
No, man. I was thinking like, dude, a lot of the guys hitting me up are CEOs. And they want to come. I'm like, dude, hey, 10 book minimum.
Yeah.
If you're willing to come buy 10 books, I'll get you in.
Got it.
You know, no matter if we got to stand you up or whatever, we'll figure it out. But right now it's 400 tickets. I know we're going to sell out in a minute. I know we will. I sell out in 1 minute on myself.
Yeah.
So I know.
I'm fucking good looking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, we're two good looking motherfuckers.
I got a face made for radio.
We're gonna have to put like blinders on all the chicks at the that's how
All right, I gotta get the hell out of here. Anything else?
No, that's it, man. Thank
it?
you for being on the show, brother.
Thank
Appreciate
you, man.
it
Thanks
so
for having
much.
me.
Thanks,
And everybody listening, good luck to you guys. Keep grinding.
Cool.
Take it easy.
Never on the sidelines.